All right, and continuing in the spirit of this sample problems, you must use guess. So again, guess stands for givens and unknowns, writing your equation, and substitute and solving. You are going to use these two equations, so you want to make sure you have your note card out with you. You want to make sure you have your notes. Don't just put stuff away and think that you're going to memorize everything. If I'm already not asking you to memorize now, then I expect you to have these things out. I would even have my notes out just so I know, like, this was velocity, this is accelerated. It tells me here what df and di is. And some of this is a little overkill, right? Because I already rewrote everything here. But have all of your notes with you. We tend not to give you a whole lot of notes anyway. So again, going with givens, unknowns, equation, substitute, and solve. So here's the information we are given. It says that Matt can run with a velocity of 7.4 meters per second. So that's my velocity. V is 7.4 meters per second. The final distance is 2,134. So DF, final distance is 2,134 meters. And if his total time is 330 seconds, what is his initial distance? All right, so solving for initial distance in this case. Which equation do I use? Well, same thing as in the previous problem. So if you didn't watch the previous problem, this is what we did. I went through and we determined what everything was. Now that we know what everything is and we have it listed, we look at the two equations and figure out which of the two equations has everything that's listed on there. Okay, if it has extra stuff, then we can't use it. Like acceleration. I don't have acceleration. I cannot use this equation. But I have V, DF, T, and DI is what I'm looking for. So this is the equation I want. Okay, so then I'm going to solve for DI. V equals DF minus DI all over time. And now that I know this equation, I'm going to substitute. So instead of V, we're going to, instead of question mark, let's go ahead and go back and put this as an X, because that's what we are looking for. And maybe here I will put it in as X, because it's a little confusing for students if X is on that side. So how do I solve for this? So go ahead and substitute 7.4 for V. And DF is 2,134 minus X. This is what we're looking for. All over a time of 330. So here's where we actually have to do some algebra. I'm going to use different colors for every step. So first step to solving for X is get rid of the bottom of the fraction. So again, I'm going to get rid of the bottom of the fraction. And I'm going to write, well, this is being divided. Anytime you see a fraction, you're dividing. So if you only eat a fraction of a pizza, you're dividing the pizza by all of your guests. So this is only a fraction. This is being divided. And the opposite of division is multiplication. So we're going to multiply, and this dot means multiply, 330 to both sides. So multiply 330 to both sides. That gets rid of this 330. And now I can say 330 times 7.4 is 2,442. So 2,442 equals 2,134 minus X. And literally just bringing that down because I didn't do anything with those numbers. This one's a little tricky because the X is a -1, so you want to think, oh yeah, I'm going to add X to the other side, but then we're going to have to subtract this to this side. You could do it the long way like that. I'm just going to subtract this side over. So minus, different color, minus 2,134 minus 2,134. Get rid of this side. So I already have that number, 2 2442 minus 2134, and I have x equals what's wrong here? X equals 308, negative x equals 308. 7.4 equals 2,402 minus 2134, 308, negative x. So this person started in the negative direction, right? Because it's this negative x actually gets transferred to the number, and then we make this as a positive. So x equals negative 308 meters is where this person started, and that very well could be a negative number because I did make up these numbers different from the other problem. So we're going to go ahead and stick with they started in the negative direction at 308 meters. That's what the negative means, is that if we start at 0 of the race, this person actually started negative 308, and it's some superhuman person that can run this fast.